What's up everybody, it's Walid. So thank you for tuning in for another video. I'm going to speak really fast today because I've got a lot of information to pack in. But this video, what you're going to learn how to really put together a music video, a commercial, branded content video. So if you're into that, if you know somebody into that, forward this to them. It's going to help them. And I really go into the process of how I created this music video for Dalton and why we did it certain ways. Two parts to this video. Note the first part, I'm going to be giving you a reaction video, behind the scenes footage. Second part, I'm playing the actual music video. I'll have a reaction video in the corner too. I will be giving you notes throughout the video. So you should get a lot of information on the how and why of this. I just got to say it. I hope it doesn't sound rude, but if this video is going to be a little bit longer, perhaps a little bit over 15 minutes. So my thing is, if people don't have the patience to sit through a 15-minute video, you may not have the patience to sit through editing and all the meticulous budgeting and pre-production and all of that. Let's start this. I have a lot of notes. I think you guys are going to learn a lot from this. If you like this video at any point, if you have any comments, leave comments. I answer all of them. Subscribe, please, if you think this channel is going to help you with your career. Let's start this video.
Looks like shit.
Kidding. Dalton. Here we go. We filmed this in a friend's backyard at their house. They were kind enough to rent it to us. Dalton in the back getting hair and makeup done. You make do with whatever you have going on. Talking to Dalton, giving him instructions, handwritten notes. I swear by that. Our Alexa camera, great camera. I put a lot of my money into lenses, cinematic lenses. If you see, there's like a palette. There's like wooden chair, wooden floor, wooden wall. I did it in a way so that everything can be an art canvas and Dalton can be the art. Look at that piece of art right there. You'll see golden fields. Canvas, Dalton is the art. You'll see a tub, all white. Dalton is the art in the middle of it. We didn't have a big production value, so this is how I dress the set, through shadows and light. Right here, I'm picking out small wispies of hair that bug me and it's going to bug the viewer. So I talked to Cassie about that, and shadows right here in the eye created by our light.
Just that right there.
Yeah, just all of them on both sides.
And that's it, and those have to be fixed before we start filming. See the little lens flares that you're going to see on screen? The blue? How we got those is we were deciding if we should use those or not. I had Brandon take a flashlight, shine that into the camera lens, and that's how you get the really long anamorphic flares. There's our lenses. Majority of the budget went into good lenses. You guys, this face, I got it from Madonna's office. I got that maybe 8-9 years ago. And I knew I wanted to use it for a project. I didn't know how. This is the perfect project for it. So we put the fish in it, as you can see a little bit, and you'll see it fully in the video of how we did it. Make sure that, just watch for the camera. So here, in all of my art department, a lot of craft services, everything came from the dollar store. I wanted to stretch and put as much into production as possible, so the vase was free. The spray bottle that I have Brandon using, dollar store. The fish were feeder fish. It was like 20 for a buck. Good. And come back in. Dalton, put your hand in the glass, good. Constant yelling towards the camera for him to perform the way I needed him. There's Brandon spraying.
If we really needed to do that again, we could.
By the way, Dalton was in freezing cold water. I did that to keep the fish comfortable. And we kept the fish in with him the least amount possible. So that's even like when we're dropping it into the tub right now, we're just dropping it to where the camera is focused. They swim and then we don't bother them too much. The fish were well taken care of. The way I have Brandon moving the light, I added that last minute because I wanted more drama, and it's so heartfelt, the song, that and this is me telling Brandon, make it go faster during the hard parts of the song. Nick, can I get some hands too? Yelling at the DP, make sure that he hears me for my instructions, and then I yell over at Dalton. Speak with Brandon, who's holding the light right now. Good, good. I want to see some hand movement, neck too, okay? We use light when there's not a lot of... I always use light, obviously a certain way in shadows, but if you don't have a high art production budget, use light, use shadows, dress up the set that way. Outside on the fields, we're just using a gold or silver side of a reflector that you see in a lot of my shoots. I swear by that one thing. I'll link it down below. You see me multitasking, so I'm directing, I'm holding the music, and I'm looking at my phone for the lyrics. And that's all that it was. We just went somewhere, we did this, not permitted, wanted to put more money into production and not so much on paper. And that's it, guys. By the way, tarantula, this is what a jerk I am, okay? We found tarantulas there. This is my makeup artist, Cassie.
I mean, like back then.
Okay, so now we are actually going to start the actual video. This next part is really for the fans who wanted to know about the symbolism of this video. But actually, no, it's for everybody, because as a director, you want to make sure your work has value and substance. And just to kind of add to that, I don't direct a lot of videos compared to other directors, but that's because for me, it doesn't work to do all kinds of videos. There's certain kind of videos I will not do. I'm not against nudity. I'm not against violence. I'm against needless nudity. I'm against things that diminish another human being. And I'm against videos where women are just squatting on top of a car and twerking, and I don't see any creativity in it, and I think that it's just eye candy, and that's what it is. So when I get an artist that believes in my vision, that has faith, that wants to give something more than just eye candy, they want to give some depth, I work so hard for them because I appreciate it. I appreciate their artistry. I appreciate that they understand what I want to do, and so I would rather actually direct less and do videos with substance than just to keep booking him and make sort of like a conveyor belt of videos that I don't really stand by. So again, I'm not against nudity and violence, but there has to be a reason, there has to be a purpose, and it has to be a part of the story. So with that in mind, when I did this Dalton video, I wanted to add a whole bunch of symbolism because of the depth of the song, and he explained to me what that meant. I wanted to use a lot of canvas. So aside from not having a huge art department budget, when you look at the actual video, there's going to be wood floor, wood wall on both sides. The wood is really this warmth, okay? A song that's kind of cold, a song that's about loneliness and about being lost. I wanted to kind of warm up the video a little bit in emotion and also visually warm up the video. The other thing is that everything was a canvas. So you see the wood, then you see Dalton right in front of it performing. The tub scene, I purposely shot that with a colder light. It was all white, white tub, white walls, Dalton in a white shirt, and all you saw was his tattoos and his black jeans, and then the fish, okay? So the tub part is about cleansing yourself. I wanted to leave a lot of things open, so it was a bit of drowning, a redemption. There was also baptismal. If you know certain faiths, they will baptize you as a new start, a new beginning. And so I wanted that. And there's a scene that you'll see towards the end. Some might think that if he's going to wash away all the bad history, that I wanted other people to think, oh my God, is he going to drown himself? And I think that that's important, that the audience doesn't have a direct path for them, that you leave some for interpretation, and so they can kind of put that in relation with their life. The other thing is, for two reasons I added the fish. Number one, because I chose to use a colder light in the hallway, or the bathroom actually, I wanted to warm it up because it didn't make sense to have warm wood, have the warm outside golden fields, and then have coldness. you know. So what I decided to do was put the goldfish in there. So visually, that little bit of orange tied everything else in. The other part of the goldfish is in a lot of cultures, in Asian cultures, in Islamic cultures, Middle Eastern, goldfish are given a time of new year, new beginnings. It's good luck. And so when he was going to douse himself in that water, when he was going to submerge himself, no matter what you think he was doing, whether it was a final moment or beginning of a new chapter, that water still had warmth and it had happiness and it had new beginnings in it. So that's why I decided to do the fish in there. And that's why he started the video that way. He was in the darkness, blurred out, but you see these fish, these beautiful, even if they are feeder fish, these beautiful orange fish going across screen. And I wanted to show that there was hope even in the darkness, and that was the light in the darkness. The scene with the teal curtains, it was just cold, icy blue. But how I balanced that out is when he opened the door, ethereal, angelic light came out. And I wanted this moment of Dalton being saved. And so that's kind of why we did that. And so if you notice, he's in a silhouette. It's darkness, and I wanted him to kind of be the shadow. So I'm balancing good and bad here as he's singing about his definition of heaven and his relationship with this girl. The girl in the video, played by Mary Aziz, she was never going to be in the same frame as him. So we don't know if she was his imagination. We don't know if she was really in the field and he knew that she was going to be there and he was chasing after her. And I intentionally put the field at the end because after he kind of was suffocating, and I wanted him in the most open space possible. If you thought that he was ending things, the field could represent heaven. And for that reason is why we had drone shots looking up too. I wanted this almost higher power sort of view. And so this video is not about heaven. The song is not about heaven, but I kind of wanted to play on the title. So that's kind of why we did that. And then the sunset at the end. I believe that every chapter, good and bad, does come to a close. So the sunset was either he's ending the chapter of being infatuated with this girl, or that part of Dalton has ended, or the video has ended. But basically, sunsets to me represent an ending. It's a beautiful ending, and that's what that was. So, and again, but going back to the canvas thing, when you have Dalton up against sky, that's a blank canvas. Dalton's right in the middle. When you looking down from drone view, that's a golden canvas. Dalton right in the middle. The tub, Dalton right in the middle. The wooden room, Dalton right in the middle. And that was super important that he was always going to remain the art piece in the middle of every single shot. The close-up frame, again, that's because I just wanted the viewer to connect with him, to connect with his pain, understand the amount of emotions it took to write this song. For that reason, we did some beautiful tight shots that way. I'll give credit to Nick Shaw, my DP, who pushed me on an anamorphic lens. I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that I listened. And as directors, as creators, you want to bring people who are the best in all of their lanes so that their expertise will help the project. Remember, ultimately, it's your decision, okay? But you always want to listen to people. You always want to see what they can contribute. The same thing with Cassie. She decided that it was not going to be black eyeliner. She's like, if I do brown, it's going to make the blue in his eyes pop more. So we changed that morning. Brandon was awesome in a sense of just being a good bounce board for me. Like, hey, what do you think about this? Is this too much of this or too much of that or not enough? And so he was a good bounce board for that. So we worked as a small family, we worked as a team, and this is the Dalton video. So it was not 2 minutes, I completely lied to you, but I thought it was worth giving you all of the information and the symbolism to look for. So let's start this video for heaven. Dalton Rapatoni, his first video directed by me.
I'd rather drown with
Here we go, Dalton in the darkness. The goldfish, glimmers of hope. You see the cold light in the bathroom that we used. And then the goldfish that tie that into the other warm shots.
I didn't think I deserved you. I
There's a lot of remorse and regret here, but there's little glimmers of hope, which are the
I never
fish.
wanted to hurt you. I didn't love you right. But you leave and made me learn how to pray. Every night I wasn't next to you, shook my faith, but then you called me.
Watch when he performs, you'll see the light moving a lot, okay? And that's when I had Brandon do that. And the shadows move, so not so much here. And you see how much the camera is moving? That's because we didn't have Dalton moving that much, so there has to be movement on screen, and that's what I asked Nick to do. Move the camera a lot, focus, rack focus, in and out, Dutch, all of that. There's a girl, you will never see her face. She is every girl. You see the shadows now kind of moving a little bit. There's that ethereal light, boom, and he's now at the next realm. And he's left the darkness and blown light, which is like godly sort of light. Again, see him as a canvas. Everywhere we put him, he's always in the middle, and he's the canvas in the middle. On the inside, you'll see some of the lens flares of that flashlight that you saw Brandon putting into the camera. Here he is, drowning or baptizing. Visine, last minute, Visine put in, but he performed so good. I fought for this scene, guys. And so that moment, her head just crashed into the water and it went under. You saw the girl turn around because she felt something. So we don't know that who Dalton is chasing. They'll never be in the same screen together. We don't know if he's running away to the mountaintop, if he's running to chase her, and I just wanted to leave a lot open to you guys. See the light movements in the shadows? That's what that did. He notices her looking. It ends basically with that bold light ending. That's kind of the end of the video, and that's pretty much it. That is heaven. So you guys hung out for so long. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, and sorry to Madonna for stealing your vase. This video is 5,348 frames. If you want to get into this business, you want to make sure that you just really focus on the small things. It's the small things that's going to take you from this level to this level. That's going to put you ahead of all the other directors, all the other photographers. Focus on the small things, okay? When I say 5,348 frames, the reason why I say that is because I spent 2 full days, at least 14 hours, going frame by frame by frame, hitting the button on my keyboard and looking for anything that could be a mistake, anything that I don't want. That's what that was. But I hope that you walked out with a few things that will help you in your career. This is a very heartfelt thank you. It's really, really rare when an artist, a true artist, gives somebody else a chance and says, here, you are 100% in charge of this video. That's a rare moment. Appreciate that, because that trust is really rare. Look to savor those little moments, because it's a shitty road a lot of times. But those small things, those small bits of gratitude, those small artistic accomplishments, the small scenes that you fight for, those are the things that make it worth it. That was it. Dalton Rapatoni, Heaven, thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. It's going to be a lot shorter.
I won't.
Can I get that one more time?
Yeah. It's a one-time memory. Fine! I have to go! Out into the fields! This house is too cramped! My emotions are too big and strong! What shall I do? I must find a wheat field. Yes! Somewhere. Near. I must go.